Maybe a sound effect, maybe not. Hard to say. Howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day where it's already hot this morning. Oh boy, it went from 69 to like 70 downstairs. Yay! So, yeah, fan on in window, door propped open. Later on, I'm going to take an actual fan and put it in the door, so it's not just propped open. Ah, gotta love that. Joy, oh joy. And of course, my video brought to you by Procter & Heath on the Crimson Kingdom's ThruNet, being a wholly futile attempt to catalog absolutely everything about everything. Thumbs up on that. That, of course, just being a reference to one of the things in one of my settings, the Inside with the Crimson Kingdom. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, I've done a little bit more than I'd have when I was like having anxiety attacks, but not a whole lot. One of the things, of course, is heat. It gets hot, and it's hard to do things when it's hot. And so I'm not getting as much done mentally or physically as I would like, which is an issue, of course, because my bedroom over there gets hot. And so I can't really go in there and do anything unless I want to overheat. And sadly, I hate, making any sort of accommodations for age or ability, but I am older. And it is easy, as an older person, to stay not as well hydrated as you would like to be, because I drink a lot. And my output is still more concentrated than I would like, and it's just harder to regulate heat. So I already are, yeah, good old, today I'm going on to 3 doses of gabapentin, so my speech is going to get like that a lot. So I can't even remember fully what I was talking about, other than it's that, yeah, the heat, and I'm getting older, and it affects older people more strongly, so joy on that. I mean, I hate acknowledging that I'm older, but looking in the mirror, I can't really avoid that fact. My whole face here, I look like I'm about at least 10 years older than I actually am. Yay on that. Still though, I'm doing as best I can. I did a lot of work in there last night, and that was leading up into something that I've got to think about. Because there's a difference between things I want and things that I think I want. Which comes into another issue that hopefully I'll remember to bring up. But I'm coming up with all sorts of stuff because I'm throwing stuff out that I don't use or need. And if it's in a closet and has been in my closet for years and years and years, then do I need it? And if I don't need it, why do I have it? Because I'm not even looking at it. I forgot I had most of this stuff that I'm coming across. But when I'm looking at some of it, I'm also going, I do want that. But I haven't used it, and I had forgotten that it even existed. So, do I really want it, or do I just think that I want it? I have a box filled with postcards and keychains that people have sent me over the years. It's not a big box, it's a box like this, but it's like a stack of postcards this tall. Back when my channel first started and I was doing reactions, I used to get postcards every single day, because I'd open up my post office box and was saying, hey, send me postcards. And people did. And I have boxes of postcards and boxes of keychains. So I kind of want to keep those, but they've also just been in the closet, because where do you display postcards? I actually have a fold-out science project thing, a trifold thing that you get from Elmer's for kids science project things, with postcards all over the inside of it. And I used to put those out for people to look at as I was talking. But people stopped sending postcards, and so it just eventually became part of rotation to do something else. So I want to keep things, but again, do I want it, or do I think I want it? if it's in the closet and is staying in darkness and not being used, do I really want it? Or do I think I want it? Which comes down to the second part of this, which is how much stuff is too much stuff to have as a person. Because I'm really trying to minimize and get rid of a lot of stuff now. So there's a lot of stuff I've thrown out. As I'd mentioned many times in my early years, and then a couple times lately, my room used to be about half full of just stuff from my life and my life with my wife. 90% of that is just gone and thrown out, because that old life is gone. So now I've got more stuff that I had condensed from that I'm getting rid of. And I'm looking at the amount of tubs that I have and will have, because I have one that's filled with consoles and electronics. I have one that's filled with just discs. I have another that's just filled with stuff, and I've got one that's being filled with blankets, because I have blankets. I've been throwing blankets away because I overheat. That some of the blankets I just want to keep because of the people who gave them to me and what some of them represent. One of them was a blanket that, again, back when I was doing reactions, I went viral at one point, you know, for the time, and people sent me things like there was a blanket made for vets, and because they saw me online, I got a vet blanket, and I want to keep that. But how many blankets are too many blankets? Amelia, no. She keeps trying to go out the door, and when I say no, she slinks away. She knows she's not supposed to. She's hoping to not get caught. But how much stuff is too much stuff? I'm a human being. And so I also have the human being genetic stuff where we have become who we have become from social, economic, political, ecological, just plain life pressures. We are who we are because of all this. And I am a human being, so I feel that way as a human being, and then add culture on top of that. As much as I try to unlearn culture and try to do things the way I would like to, there is still so much that I do that is automatic, that is just culture. Everything is culture. And a lot of human, well, especially American culture is, if you lose your stuff, that's shameful. So I'm fighting that, because if I lose my stuff, and I could lose all my stuff, well, how much stuff is too much stuff? If I worry about this, though I probably shouldn't, but until I find out otherwise, I'm going to worry, because I worry. I have anxiety. I worry about things. I am worried about being kicked off of SSI. What are my odds of it? Almost infinitesimally low, I believe. But there's also a chance I could roll those dice and roll a natural 1, and boom, I got no money. And then, well, anything more than I can fit in a backpack is too much stuff. And even that's too much stuff because I can't wear a backpack. So joy? So I'm condensing my stuff and throwing stuff out, and I've got a lot of stuff being thrown out that other people probably wouldn't. Like, I have a bed set for my bed that I bought way back when I first moved in here, because I had no real bed clothing for just me. And I ended up not using a lot of it because there's like a quilt. And I've gotten rid of a duvet and a duvet cover and another duvet that I had with my wife. It was hers. Amelia, no. But I don't use a duvet, and so what's the point? Why keep it? I'm not going to use it. It's just sitting in a bag. So I'm getting rid of stuff. But how much stuff is too much stuff? If I look at what I've got and I've got 5 tubs of stuff, is that too much stuff? If I have 6 or 7 tubs of stuff, is that too much? How much stuff is too much? How much should I throw away? What do I want? What do I think I want? I have all of these stuffed animals back here, and I have a 13-gallon garbage bag filled with more stuffed animals. I've never bought any stuffed animals. These are things that I've accumulated through the years from like my parents, my wife, stuff like that. I like the stuffed animals, as you can probably tell from all the stuffed animals that I keep putting back on the shelves here. So I want to keep those. I want to put them up again for making videos. I want to still be able to make videos. I know any other channel would look at this and say, hey, your channel's dead. And it's true, compared especially to what I used to have. So, yay. And also, I fully realize that a lot of my vlogging is going to just plain turn people off because I talk about negative things that are impacting my life in a negative fashion. And the thing is, and I understand this fully, people watch YouTube videos to take their mind off of things. You're going to the performance to watch Pagliacci the Clown perform so that you can forget your issues. If Pagliacci sits on the edge of the stage, takes his mask off, and starts talking about his problems, are you going to sit in the audience and listen to that? Or are you going to get up and go to another theater where they're actually performing so you can forget your issues? A lot of YouTubers found when they took off their masks to talk about their issues and that impacted their channels in negative fashions. And I understand. Who wants to watch Pagliacci take off his mask and talk about the stuff where he's really feeling horrific? And I take off Pagliacci's mask all the time. I'm not wearing the clown mask. I am Pagliacci in this case, and everybody is going, gosh, I paid money to be distracted from my issues. I'm not being distracted from my issues watching this guy talk about his. So yeah, I can understand that. I think about that, but the major reason I started this channel was I needed something outside of me to hang on to because I had, at the time, nothing. And I was in major trouble. When you, as an older man, lose a spouse, there is a 70% chance you are not going to survive yourself. And I was doing my best to be in the 70% didn't make it. And that terrified me, so I reached out of myself and grabbed the only thing that I could see, which was making a YouTube channel. I made the channel, yes, to entertain others. Yes, in the hopes of becoming rich and famous, but mainly to stay sane. And it worked. And I continued to use this channel and all the things that I've done to stay as grounded as possible, to talk out my problems, because as much as I have ADHD, as much as I am on the autism spectrum, as much as I have social anxieties, I'm still a human being and I need to talk my stuff out. And without a YouTube channel and vlogging, I ain't got nothing. So without my ability to take off my mask and sit on the edge of the stage and talk about my problems to the people who paid money to sit in the audience, I wouldn't be nowhere near the state I am in now. And while the state I'm in now mentally ain't good, it is 10,000% better than I was when I first moved into this room here. And even that was better than when I first started the channel. So I still do this because I need those pillars to hold me down to keep me grounded. Routine and habit. I don't have a job. I don't have a family. I don't have anything to really keep me grounded except for you. And thank you so much for letting me do this. It is appreciated. Plus, checking my time, it's not just for me. I still get messages now from people talking about how watching my channel, listening to my stuff has helped them. And if I can help even one person in any way, then the channel is worth it, even externally, from keeping me from going nutso. So that is a very good thing. I don't have a lot over here that I wanted to talk about, but there is some. And so I'm going to talk about a little bit about one thing. I have mentioned that I have a setting that it is a grim setting. It is a near future, but there was a near utopia in that there was automation, but people had enrichment, and so it was a really, really high-tech, high-good life. Where they are now, it's not. Something happened, and humanity's spirit broke. The people that are left, because where there used to be like tens of billions of, well, not tens of billions, but about 10 billion people on the planet, there is less than a billion left. And it's dropping all the time. There is not a birth rate enough to keep the race going. And the people there look at those that have game-ended themselves as powerful and brave people. And they berate themselves for not being as brave and strong as those who are able to game end themselves. And so it's grim. And there's no real reason for it other than something happened that broke humanity's spirit. And so the city is, well, it's about one person in an apartment city block, because the populations have dropped that much. And people are surprised when they find out that things like murder are technically illegal. Which is weird, because, I was at a cop shop the other day. This guy was pissing me off, so bang! And I painted the wall with his brain. And nobody did a thing. But it's still technically illegal. And one of the characters I've got is a person who works for Shoot You in the Face brand, where you sign up a friend, they drive over, and you open up the door, and BAM! So it's a grim world. And somebody posted a very dark meme, exceptionally dark, and I laughed out loud because it was so horrible. It was painting the ceiling. Google versus Bing. Google had paint on the ceiling. There was a corner that needed to be painted. Wasn't showing a person, but a roller was coming up from the bottom of the picture onto the ceiling as it was painting. Bing had a fellow sitting in a chair with a long barrel up against this part of him where a trigger is down here. He was going to paint the ceiling. And that was Bing's result again. So that was dark. So of course I had to repost it, and as stated, I laughed out loud. Again, only because it was so horrible. Just like with that Solid JJ video about Pokemon, where it's like, oh, you're starting the game, but Professor Oak is saying, oh, there's my grandson. What's his name, Ash? What's his name? And they're treating it like, he's having Alzheimer's and he's forgetting it. It's an issue, and Ash is like going, oh my God, and Gary is just, oh my God, no, Mom said we still had years, and they're playing that music from the Everything All at Once, where it's the audio descent into dementia. I laughed out loud because that was just so freaking grim. So, yay, you have to laugh at death and the possibility. And it ain't no possibility, because after all, I am older. Yeah, I am old, but I'm only going to cop to being older so far. And I want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, the horse head of encouragement, which may be partially off screen. Thanks you, and, well, it doesn't thank you. It thinks you are wonderful and awesome, beautiful, and just incredible. But each and every one of my Patreon patrons, thank you so much. Without their help, without their financial help, I and my 18 pet would be literally hosed like an actual Christmas monkey. And I don't know if you have studied the industry, but being a Christmas monkey is the worst way for a monkey to be hosed. And I don't want to experience that. Now I'm going to go through, well, I also want to thank the people who have in the past donated to my PayPal and who have in the past donated to my latest GoFundMe, because that helps. I'm going to have to really advertise it like people keep telling me to, so we'll see what happens on that. Yay. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours, and if I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. So let me call up my Chrome, where I have increased the text to 150% size. We have user, and then there's a whole bunch of letters and digits, so that's probably YouTube's way of doing it, but thank you very, very much. And I'm actually going to check out the book 30 Days to Reduce Anxiety. I've never read anything on it, but thank you very, very much. And Dodge V8. Oh, those Skelly boys. They like to party, but oh, they don't like to party the way I like to. Then there's Jesse Koskin, and thumbs up, thank you. And things are doing better, thank goodness. J-A-Y-Y, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments, my friend. And So-ill, S-O-I-L-L-1, thumbs up, thank you much. There is Joker, greatly appreciated. And yes, I am going to play Minecraft again. I am currently obsessed with Daggerfall. I want to do other things and then, what's the word, rotate? Do one like this, and then one the other, and then one the next, and one the other. So I'm going to be doing that, no fear. Blue Toad, thumbs up, thank you so very, very much. 77 Arcturus, greatly appreciated. Always good to see you in the comments. There is stuff that you talk about that I want to talk about too, but I keep forgetting to like write them down and stuff. But thank you very, very much. And then there is Adonis Rivera. It's always good to see you in the comments as well. I miss everybody when they're not there. But thank you very, very much. And R.J. Mitchell, greatly appreciated. Always good to see you in the comments. And, well, then there's Past the Jelly, whom I do not know had left me any comments. But here I have thanked them. And there's the spotlight of my text thing. So, yay! I'm going to do what I can do today. I got to go, well, I got therapy today, so this is going to be uploaded late. It is 8:36, I'm going to have therapy at 9, so it's going to be uploaded late. Yay! And we'll see what I'm going to else have uploaded. Yay! So, yay! Hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. That would be a very, very good thing indeed. So, let me turn this on so I can turn this whole thing off and get a editing on the Share Factory editor on the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 Pro, no less. Ooh. Anyway, though, you take care. I will see you. I'm trying to put my hand for maximum contrast against my background so it doesn't like go against my shiny, shiny hair. So, you take care and I'll see you later.